guys, Matt here from Optical Armory, hope you're all doing well. Right, today I'm just going to do a little demonstration, tutorial slash demo video of a little handy piece of kit that I've had for quite some time now. It's called the Segway Reticle Leveler. Cracking little bit of kit, simple design, very effective, and I've only just started to use it and I've really enjoyed it. It's made my life a lot easier. I mean, I've changed my scopes quite frequently, so I mean, I am pretty accurate when it comes to mounting the scope up onto the rings, making sure that it's straight and the reticle's sitting nice and straight according to the level of the rifle. But this proved that I'm not too far off, a mil out, maybe 2 mil maximum out, with the reticle being sitting dead straight with the rifle in, and the barrel straight through, a mil out. Won't make the biggest difference, but it's always nice to know that it is all sitting pretty before you go out in the field, and that's what this is going to ensure that I'm going to be doing from now on. And why I haven't used it up until now, I don't know. I've always just tested the rifle off, put the scope on, shoulder it, make sure it looks straight, bipod, make sure it looks straight, adjust finely until I'm happy with it with my eyesight. And as I said before, I wasn't too far out, about a mil to 2 mil adjustment on the vertical of the reticle sitting straight with the rifle. But cracking little bit of kit this. Chris from CSW gave me this a couple of years ago. He said that it'd be handy. To be honest, I totally forgot I even had it. I was digging through some bits today trying to find the screwdriver so I can mount up this Zeiss Conquest V6 that I've been sent to review, and I come across it and I thought that is what I'm going to use, and I'm glad I did. So there'll be a little demo of how to strap it onto the scope, help make sure that the rifle's level. Nice simple design, all comes apart. You've got 2 different size lines to match the reticles to, thick, thin. Make sure that it sits parallel through the lines, and yeah, really handy little bit of kit. So stay tuned, and then we'll have a little run through. Right, so as you can see, Segway reticle lever, straight shot. That's my problem. I haven't been shooting straight, clearly. Well, I have, but you know. So yeah, that's it. Pretty simple design. Got 2 different size lines, as I said previously. It's the website there. Obviously that's the company that make it, but they're available eBay, Amazon, I would assume. I'm not even too sure. I think it might be about 20 quid. But for the guys that do struggle to mount the scope up as straight as it should be, I think this is the ideal solution, to be fair. So then what you do, I will do a demonstration of it going onto the scope. It comes apart like that. To get you sit that flat bit of the black flat bit at the bottom there on top of your mount, your rail, whatever it is that you're putting your scope or your rings onto, to make sure that your rifle is level, which was an easy enough part. But then obviously you've got to start then fiddling around mounting the scope up, which can obviously then affect the level of the rifle. So then you have to therefore keep adjusting to making sure that everything is straight. And with the band, that'll basically hook onto this, onto that will then strap around the underside of the rifle to keep it nice and straight. And then that's when you start leveling up the reticle to the lines accordingly, which I will demonstrate right now. Right, so I can imagine that there's quite a few different ways that you can actually use this to, for one, make sure the rifle's sitting level, and then the way that you strap this up to the scope is probably the best way. But how I've done it earlier, I took the middle black piece out, which literally just slides on like so. I took that off, and then before I had the scope or the top rings on, I sat that across the mounts just purely to level out the rifle, and I made sure that once the rifle was level on the back ring, I moved it straight forward to the front one, and it was sitting as equal as the back one. So I knew that the rifle was nice and straight. Obviously there's many ways of positioning your rifle up. I've got this up on the Spartan Javelin bipod, which has got the tilt on it, so it works wonders with that. But if you have got a clamp or anything that you do use to level the rifle up when you're putting a scope on, then your chosen method may be better than mine. But then once I knew that the rifle was level, I sat the scope in, with a black piece on there, and then basically put that back together on the underside. And this is where the band comes in handy. Hook it up onto the one hook, then round onto the other. Excuse the camera shaking. Then, as you can see, the rifle's still sitting pretty level. If not, just tilt to adjust the level of the rifle, because this has pulled that straight down now onto the bottom of the mount. I'll just move the camera around just so you can see the underside there. The little black flat piece is sitting flush on the back end of the mount, which is obviously giving me my indication for how level the rifle is. And then what you do, look through your scope through the reticle and line it up across the lines. Obviously depending on what sort of thickness reticle you're using, you can turn this round accordingly to suit the reticle that you need to make sure is lined up. And to be honest, after doing so, I wasn't checking throughout. I literally done it all purely with the leveler, tightened everything up, shouldered the rifle, and obviously you can always tell by looking through if it's straight or not, and it looks perfect. Like I said before, I'm usually quite a good judge. I was a couple of mil out with the scope before I put this on, but it definitely does just reassure that you've got that down to the fine T of rifle being straight throughout the scope, the rifle, sorry. So yeah, highly recommended this, guys. Like I said, had it for quite some time. Got given it probably a couple of years ago now. And if you are chopping and changing scopes on a regular basis like myself, nice easy way to make sure you're shooting straight, or straight shot. Any questions, please leave them in the section below. I know it's only a short film, but I just wanted to just demonstrate these little wonders that you're available for to make your life a little bit easier. Cheers, guys.